Or they try to.
Back, everybody, to this segment of the Pittsburgh Business Virgin. We're happy to have Kevin Hickey here from OnlineStores, the Vice President. Kevin, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced in starting out your business, and what advice would you give to people coming up in this industry?
Well, one of our biggest challenges has always been cash. We tend to absorb a lot of cash into inventory because our business model is really based around having products which we ship. Although as we've grown, we have started to drop ship a percentage of the products that we sell. Really, our business model is built around having a lot of our own products that that we either make ourselves or we actually have made to our kind of specifications, both in the US and overseas. So because of that, we're
kind of like private labels.
Yeah, for example, on the flag store, we have a lot of our own flags that are made out of special fabrics that last longer than typical flags do. Really, what we're trying to do is to get a very strong repeat business. And reputation in the marketplace. So because it's somewhat expensive to go out and advertise and find new customers, we think it's very important to try and keep the customers that you've got. Plus, of course, find new customers. But to keep the customers we've got, we try very hard to exceed their expectations in terms of having a very, very good product. Product that's going to last longer than they probably expect it to. There's going to be very good value, very good quality. So on our flag store, we've done that with having a lot of our own flag products made out of slightly higher tech fabrics than a lot of our competitors are using. On our construction clothing and boot store, we found what we think are some kind of gaps in the market, particularly at the sort of lower price points. So we've started to introduce a lot of our own work boots. Our best-selling product actually on the construction gear store is now our ladies' work boots, where we've got a low-cost pink work boot and a low-cost tan work boot, which we bring in from overseas. So really, the issue there is that to do that, we've got to put
Jessica some pink work boots
for
Christmas.
She'd really enjoy that.
Makes a great Christmas gift. Yeah, they're very, very popular. Looks very stylish around the office there.
I still haven't seen any on any PennDOT jobs or anything, so I was kind of curious about those too.
So going back to the challenges, for your business, some of the challenges have been cash flow, the fact that you hold a pretty decent sized inventory.
Yeah, so to
then
fund
the
that,
other thing I wrote down is that sometimes people are price, especially I'm guessing like when people are looking to buy a flag, a lot of times they're looking to buy a cheap flag, and it's kind of the good, fast, cheap pick too. A lot of times they'll pick up a cheap flag, but they're going to be picking up another one next year. So maybe if they were to, so it sounds like some of the challenges are differentiating your products to help people understand you're paying potentially a little bit of a premium for that, but you're not going to, you got a flag for the next 10 years, not the next 10 months.
Yeah, when you're selling things online, one of the challenges is you're competing with companies with much larger amounts of cash than you've got. We're competing against Walmart and Target and Amazon, people that have got much bigger operations than we have. So we have to pick where we want to compete and really do a very, very good job of offering a much better product, a much better selection of products, a great shopping experience, great customer service. One of the things that we found is really important in online retailing is that you can't just have one or two parts of the business that are really, really good and the rest of the business is kind of average or below average. Every part of the business has got to work really well. You can be a little bit stronger in a couple of areas, but I think running a business is a bit like coaching a football team. You're kind of only as strong as the weakest part of your team. and you're going to lose the game if you can't stop the running back from the other team. You're probably going to lose. If you can't put points on the board, you're probably going to lose. So every part of your operation, I think, has got to be strong, and you can't have a weak spot or an Achilles heel that your competition can really.
How do you do that, though? I mean, I think that's great advice, but what's the practical way in which you make sure that you don't have weak links?
I think you have to build a very strong team of managers that are going to help you achieve that, and that's pretty much what we've done. We've really got a great bunch of people that are working for us, and we've worked very hard to find those people and to really kind of develop their skill set. And in some cases, we've grown our own managers from people that were identified as having good management skills, and I think that gives you a very good relationship with that person, where you kind of bring them from being just an employee to take him through a supervisory role and into a management role, identifying skills and helping them to develop their own skills.
And that allows you to concentrate your time on where the company's headed.
Yeah, no, once it took us a few years to put that in place, and that was a stressful time, I think, when we were getting involved in day-to-day issues, making sure that customer service was working and making sure that shipping was working and that kind of thing. But as we've grown and matured as a company, we've built a team of people where we don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. We've got a team that's really able to take care of that and do an excellent job without us having to worry about that. So that frees us up to really focus on the stuff where we can grow the business by having new products and new stores and so on.
And to help people understand to what magnitude of an operation is, you're saying 2,000 items a day?
Yeah, we ship on a typical day. We ship 2,000 packages, which means that and some of those packages contain multiple items. So we've got to have a team of people that have got to handle all of that stuff and stock it on shelves and pick it and pack it and check it and put it in boxes and get it out the door. And we've got to have that whole process has really got to happen within 1 or at most 2 business days from receiving the order, because that's what the customers expect. They expect to get. They order stuff online now. They expect to get it really quickly. So we've got to turn that stuff around, even if we're really busy. It's a weekend. It's a Monday or a Tuesday. So
the one thing I just wrote down and underlined it a million times is you got to have unbelievable systems in place in order to do that and do it well.
Yeah, we've also been investing a lot into some pretty nice systems that keep track of all the orders and keep track of back orders and things like that, and the customer service. If for some reason somebody orders something and maybe part of the order can't be shipped, customer service kicks in and is calling the customer to make sure that they're aware of that and see if we can substitute or somehow keep the customer happy at all costs.
Awesome. Kevin Hickey, OnlineStores, awesome stuff. Please, if you're on the go, I know a lot of people are watching this on our from our webpage, the Pittsburgh Business Virgin. But if you got a trip coming up or you're going to be on the go, check us out on iTunes. You can certainly download one of our podcasts, put on your iPod and listen to it when you're on the treadmill or in the car or what have you. Good stuff. And we're going to be right back with Kevin Hickey, and we're going to talk about some of his biggest mistakes that he's had and the key learnings to it. And I think it's going to be very interesting. Once again, OnlineStores, $30 million in revenue a year, 12 years into the gig. Unbelievable success. Half of those years have made it to the Pittsburgh Times fastest growing businesses. Half of the years that they've been out there, and probably would have been more if they weren't so busy. They had a chance to give the Pittsburgh Business Times a call. So we'll be right back with Kevin.